Many are called, but few are chosen. Those were the words of Chairman John Radford after he unveiled 5 local businessmen onto the board of directors. The number of applicants did reach double figures, but Mr Radford whittled the final list down to the chosen few. There are 3 familiar faces amongst the group. Steve Middleton, Steve Hymas and Andy Saunders are again executive directors after selling the club to Mr Radford in September last year.
We're getting a bit more experience with this kind of scenario. We've been here for 2.5, 3 years now, so we know what goes on in the football industry. So hopefully we can bring that to the table with the guys that's not so new to the table.
Like you've just said in that answer, you've got experience from your previous regime. What will you now do differently, if anything, in this spell?
Good question. I think first of all we'll get through this season and then regroup. Lots of meetings ahead on what's happening behind. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, and our biggest priorities next season is get promotion.
I'm going to be setting the youth team up. We're entering the youth team into Football Conference Youth Alliance, and I've got that all up and running, ready to go.
Ready to go next season?
Yeah, ready to go next season.
Just give us a bit more detail, put a bit more flesh on the bones about that if you would.
Well, we're basically setting on 20 apprentices at the club, aged from 16 to 18. They'll be on a full-time course, and we're hoping to get a few young Tom Nailers out of that.
So I've supported the club since 1966. We had 2 really good years, when we originally bought the club. Got to the stage where unfortunately the directors at that time couldn't really support the club any further. We managed to get sort of a new guy involved in John Radford, who can actually take this football club to the next level.
In the workings of the club, what are you happy about? What are you not so happy about?
Well, obviously the biggest problem is the league position, and we've got to look at that pretty quickly and see how we can rectify it, which is our aim for next season.
What are the strongest aspects of this club, do you feel?
The supporters, the working staff behind the scenes, and obviously now the board of directors who's got the same vision and the same dream.
What is the main thing that you can bring to the board?
Well, I've got a good business mind. I don't like to see money wasted. There's always ways that the club can be run more efficiently. And, John's got some ideas, we've all got ideas to put in there, and hopefully we can pull it all together and it's for the benefit of the club.
Aside of the youth, which you're going to be in governance of, any other ideas?
Well, put it this way, the new stand there, if we need a new stand. I'm in the construction industry, I could oversee that.
I think that the whole idea basically is to get this football club back to where it should be, which is obviously back in the Football League. We're going to have a plan next season whereby, it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's promotion next season. There are things which need sorting out sort of before then with the ground issues and things like that, but I'm sure, that will get sorted, sooner rather than later.
Corporate sponsor and Vice President Darren Bland, along with Mark Hawkins, a co-owner of an energy company, make up the final 5.
I just want to take the club forward, or help, should I say, to take the club forward. I feel I've got a few strengths as far as finding local or looking at local talent. I know all the young lads, or most of the young lads coming through from an age of about 12 years of age all the way up to 17. And I just want to be part of something that I think is going to take off very, very shortly, very soon.
Well, as a Stags fan, Steve-O, what more would I want to do any day of any week? Of course I'd want this. Of course I want to be in the club and help the club get somewhere. What more could I do, yeah? It's like a dream, isn't it? That's entirely it, Steve-O. I'll give my right arm for a club, and that's it. That's what this is about.
What plans do you have then to take the club forward to improve the club?
Me, like all these guys, will do whatever we can to get out of this league and get this club where it should be, and forget some of the baggage we've had behind us the last couple of seasons. That's why we're on board. It's not about us or our egos, it's about this club, these fans, and getting back into the league and upwards and onwards. That's all it's about.
Each director will be assigned different roles by the chairman to try and enhance all areas of the club. Chairman John Radford will remain as majority shareholder, and the casting vote on all club matters will still lie with him. But it is around this table where the 5 new directors will assist him in making the big decisions which will shape Mansfield Town's future.
It's more to do with time that they can commit to the club and the amount of hours they can put in for specific roles they've got. You know, they have put a bit of financial help into the club as well. And obviously there's 3 guys on there that were previously involved with the club, and so their experience will come in handy in the boardroom.
What roles will they be given then?
Well, all to do with the health and safety of the club. We are going to be looking at putting a youth team into place this next season, so that's going to be sort of big news, and it's quite, you know, it's quite an intensive job, especially with the way we've got to run it through, because we're going to be getting no help from the league or anything like that, funding or anything like that. So I do need help with other directors running that sort of thing.
Just to clarify, you will remain as majority shareholder, yep?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. The casting votes always going to be mine. It's mainly going to be my money coming in and supporting the club.
Steve, a new board has been formed. What will now change?
I think there's, as I said, there's going to be roles and certain roles and responsibilities. What's going to be spread out to the directors, which is going to be nice. And since they get that support, the 3 guys, obviously, what's been on before, they've got a lot of experience on that, and they have been giving me some guidance, you know, in the past couple of months. So on that score, it's going to be nice to sit down as a board and actually go through things and hopefully see some improvements in certain areas.
What's the plan of action from here, Chairman?
Promotion, might be next season now, win Wembley. Wembley thing, all my concentration's on that at the moment. I want to win at Wembley.
Any other big ideas or moves in the pipeline now you've got this new board around you?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be quite a few things come out over the next few months, but let's get Wembley out of the way before we talk about anything else.
The news of the board's formation is expected to be warmly received by the supporters, as well as the club's bank balance, which has now been boosted by 5-figure sums from each of Mansfield Town's new directors.
Try and wrap a little behind your back. Free kick.
Be careful.